Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, in a pleasant valley, surrounded by snow-capped mountains, was an inn. And in that inn lived an innkeeper and his daughter, Carrie. Carrie was a lovely child, but she hated the drunks and the mess, and longed for order. And then one winter's night, while Carrie was out collecting firewood, Carrie's parents mysteriously disappeared. And poor Carrie was left all alone in the world. As the years went by, Carrie grew into her role as the perfect host. The inn prospered, customers became friends. Carrie constantly pampered her guests, making sure that everything was perfect for them, because she wanted everything to be perfect. Some of the customers enjoyed the attention. And as Carrie's attractions grew, so did the number of her suitors.
Yeah, well, really.
But there was a problem. Carrie wanted everything to be perfect, and none were.
Yum.
Many asked,
Tasty.
but none were perfect. And after that, something changed in the inn. Carrie's attentions were resented now. She still tried to be perfect, but something always seemed to be wrong. She would do her best, but nothing seemed to please people. And one by one, the customers began to leave. Things they formerly enjoyed were not welcome now. And her perfect inn began to empty. Until eventually there was no one left. The customers just packed up and went away. And Carrie was cleaning the bar one day when her favourite customer came in. She welcomed him with a drink and some small talk, and realised that this was the man she had been waiting for. But he left. He left the empty bar. And she looked after him and wondered what life might hold for her. Wait a minute. And with those words, something had changed. She moved to wipe away the mess, but she noticed something about it was different. Something was speaking to her. And as she looked at the brush, she thought about how she'd always wanted her life to be. A happy home, a knight in shining armour, a happy family with children and laughter. And the reality was an empty inn, and she wondered if she was ever going to be that happy, successful woman she'd dreamt of becoming. Imagine her joy when the customer came back. And as their hands touched, something magical happened in the inn that day. All of Carrie's dreams began to come true. The customers began to come back. the inn began to fill up, and her life began to fill with happiness. So Jack got the wife he'd always dreamt of, a woman with a pub. And for the new Mrs. Carey Post, life was just perfect. And they both lived happily ever after.